play this on the keyboard first. 키보드로 이걸 먼저 찍고 그다음에 이걸 실제로 이제 이거 하는 사람한테 맡기거든요. So I mean that was so beautiful by DPR. Very the video wise you saw it. It's crazy because so beautiful was like I was still manifesting MITO. First of all, in general, the inspiration behind MITO is that I had to be that person that I was when I was down. I'm a complete opposite person. So I was scared, number one, that MITO wouldn't come out the way I imagined, or I would be disappointed. So let me just run that back in Korean. 이게 어쨌든 약간 좀 살짝 그 조울증에 관한 정신적인 거에 개인적인 이야기 많이 있고 담긴 건데 제가 사실 이 다운을 약간 저의 또 다른 자아로 항상 느꼈거든요. 왜냐면 다운할 때는 진짜 완전히 다른 진짜 뭔가 다른 사람이 되는 것 같아요. 완전 달라져요. 약간 그래가지고 이렇게 계속 매번 바뀌더라고요. 근데 어렸을 때는 그거를 받아들이기가 되게 힘들었거든요. 왜 이런지 모르고 약간 좀 고쳐야 되겠다 이런 인식이 있었었는데 근데 나중에 이제 이렇게 커가면서 이게 받아들이기 시작을 했고 이제 와서는 이제 그 받아들이는 것뿐만 아니라 약간 좀 실제로 뭔가 살아나게 만들고 싶어요. 진짜 제가 직접 실제로 보였으면 하고 캐릭터가 뭔가 진짜로 제 친구라기보다는 진짜 저인데 약간 다른 자. So that's where MITO came about. And So Beautiful 때 왜 그렇게 좀 저한테는 그 뮤비가 가장 기억이 나는 그 뭐라 해야 되지? 약간 그 전까지는 이 캐릭터에 대한 상상에만 있다가 어떻게 이 캐릭터가 생겼을지 사실 되게 두렵고 좀 걱정이 되거든요. 왜냐면 이 캐릭터가 제가 생각하는 대로 어쨌든 이게 저고 이거를 이 캐릭터가 어떻게 안 나오면 어떻게 하지? 약간 생각보다 좀 걱정이 되더라고요. 왜냐면 제가 뭐 연기자도 아니고 연기를 하는 것도 아닌데 뭔가 실제로 진짜 뭔가 몰입이 돼서 나오시면 하는 캐릭터였는데 안 나올까봐. 근데 마침 그때 딱 마지막 컷. So the last scene that I had to shoot where everyone got to see MITO for the first time. 그게 비 맞는 씬이에요. Where we got, where in the music video he's getting hit by the rain and all of a sudden he switches to this black and white being, 그 씬을 찍어야 되는데 so we were going up to that shot and I was so worried. But it's crazy because right before that shot 분명히 이제 보이는데 약간 그때 마침 다운이 온 거예요. So right before the shoot, all of a sudden I dipped, like I completely went down. My brain just, and it's crazy because I have like these switches where it doesn't, there's no trigger, like nothing triggers it. It's just my brain, like the chemicals in my brain just flip, and I just all of a sudden I just go from 180, I just completely change. And right, it was crazy because it felt like it's as if like this person was really alive, So right before the shoot, all of a sudden I went down, and I had to, present MITO for the first time. And I remember 딱 이제 카메라 앞에 서가지고 이제 뭔가 진짜 그때 갑자기 땀이 확 오고 있고 저는 땀이 오니까 뭐 잘 됐다 이런 게 아니고 그냥 잊어버렸어요. I just completely forgot what I did. and I remember camera and P 하고 이제 B가 내리고 and they're like action and I don't remember. 그 다음에 기억이 안 나. 내가 뭘 했는지 기억이 안 나는데 I just completely lost myself in that moment. As if like it might have like really took over or something. And it was crazy because 약간 원곡을 다 처음부터 끝까지 연기라기보다 그냥 했죠. I just kept doing what I did and I don't remember what I did. But then when they were like cut, I just couldn't shake off the character for a minute. 아직도 너무 몰입이 돼 있어서 갑자기 사람들이 기억이 나는데 그 사람들 그 반응이 되게 놀라워 하시더라고요. 거기 있는 스태프분들 a lot of the people were the staff all there and everyone they were very like I think they were kind of like impressed by shocked and I didn't know why and I went back and I looked at the monitor 플레이백을 보는데 저도 약간 뭐라 해야 되지? 놀랬다고 해야 되나? 왜냐면 I didn't know that would come out of me and I don't remember doing any of that. So all the scenes that you see that are black and white and you see MITO so beautiful. I literally dipped and that's what came out. So this is a very important thing for me because when I make art, 제가 뭐든지 뭐를 만들 때 I literally get a lot of my inspirations from the dark side. Not necessarily because I have like an attraction towards it, but it helps me feel, if you know what I mean. It helps me feel the things that I'm scared to feel. But I feel like most often the times we have to sometimes embrace being uncomfortable for us to really peak our limits and reach certain things that we're very good at. So anyway, that was so beautiful. And the next song, Dope Lovers, this is one of my favorite songs. It's all tied, intertwined into this whole idea that I symbolize it as mothers, but essentially this also means it doesn't refer just to a girlfriend, but it can refer to yourself. So 이 노래는 약간 뭐 연인한테 하는 것도 있을 수도 있지만 나름의 해석이에요. 본인한테 하는 얘기일 수도 있어요. So it's a song that you can also be talking to yourself about. But yeah, this is Yeah. So their love is still smiling. I'm sorry. 어쨌든 이 노래가 되게 재밌었고요. Dope is associated with a drug. So 도프라는 얘기가 또 이제 영어로는 또 이제 마약 얘기죠. 근데 I'm not saying do drugs, but I'm saying dope love is like an addictive love. You know, 진짜 마약 같은 사랑. 근데 그 사랑이 사실 뭐 상대 약간 여자친구 남친한테 주는 사랑일 수도 있고 사실 본인한테 주는 사랑일 수도 있고. It might also mean a love that you give to yourself, that you're addicted to. So during a relationship, sometimes it sometimes can mean you're not giving love to that person, but you're giving love to yourself, which essentially sometimes escalates into like this whole fight and like a lot of problems arise from that. But you know, sometimes you just gotta see it in that type of light. You know? But that's what third love is. Next is No Blueberries. Shout out to CL and Live for helping me put this track together. Awesome fair. No Blueberries은 약간 2년 전에 만든 노래인데 그게 어려워서 이때까지 이제 안 만들다가 한 게 아니라 갑자기 이때 뭔가 타이밍이 맞아서 이게 다시 해봐야 되겠다 해서 No Blueberry를 한 건데 so yeah, 2 years ago. It's not because it was a hard song to make, but I felt like it just fitted this idea, this tema. And No Blueberries is essentially it depicts on the idea of when you're 뭐라 해야 되지? 약간 뭐에 꽂히면 그거밖에 안 보이는 거죠. So when you're so obsessed with something that you let that enrage you. So it talks about fear and a lot of it also talks about like resentment. So I've depicted that as blueberries. You know, there's a lot of things that I could because I've used blueberries essentially because I don't know why. I don't know why. It's it literally it talks about when it's one's obsession with something. 사람들이 편식증 이러고 있는데 사실 그거보다는 약간 그거죠. 뭐 하나에 꽂히면 그거밖에 안 보이는 거 있죠. 근데 그게 누군가한테는 되게 진짜 블루베리 같은 존재에 그 작은 존재에도 약간 꽂히면 그게 진짜 본인한테 얼마나 크게 어마하게 되는 존재감이라고 해야 돼. 존재감이라고 하기보다는 뭐라고 해야 되죠? 얼마나 큰 그게 본인한테 되는 괴물일 수도 있다는 그런 표현인데 이 작은 블루베리 같은 것도 그거에 그냥 하나에 뭔가 잘못 꽂히면 그 누군가한테는 진짜로 괴물이 될 수 있고 그 누군가한테는 그냥 블루베리밖에 안 되는 존재인데 라는 노래였는데 so it talks about that's why I talked about the blueberry. So what I said was to some people something as small as a blueberry if they're completely just locked onto this in a very negative way, something as small as a blueberry can appear to be a monster to somebody, and to somebody else, it just appears to be a blueberry. But to those that have a slight, so at the same time, it talks about it's anxiety. So that's pretty much what that comes from. When someone has an anxiety attack, they usually get triggered by things that sometimes other people would think of as silly, but to that person it could be like everything, So I wanted to kind of stress that out because it's a lot of the time, when somebody has like an anxiety attack, it's really important that you really treat that matter very seriously because it's for everyone it's a different trigger, but just because it's not your trigger, it doesn't mean it's not a problem, So that's what no blueberry. Apparently, I get triggered by blueberries. 이 부분 어떻게 따라하는지 모르겠어요. 미안해 갑니다. That's Blueberries. Nerves. Oh, I'm sure you saw the video. Nerves was I guess I wanted to keep that very raw, emotion wise, video wise. Nerves 같은 경우는 되게 생적인 저의 모습을 많이 구현하고 싶고, nerves라는 단어는 불안정. 이게 신경이 아니에요. 그러니까 nerves는 그 신경에도 관한 건데, 그만큼 이제 좀 예민하다는 뜻인데, 불안정함에 모든 게 조금 시작이 되는 과정이에요. So nerves is also talks about nerves. It's also sorry, just kind of losing track. It's pretty much the video. I wanted that to kind of show where this whole thing escalated to. A lot of people think it's through a heartbreak that MITO came about and everything. It's essentially one of the things that triggered his, I guess, chaotic path to becoming MITO, but it's not the trigger. So through a lot of relationships, you gotta understand not just a relationship with your girlfriend, but it can also mean a relationship with your friends, your family, and most importantly yourself. That this is what the song depicts, and it's through a lot of the decisions that you make because of the neglect that you give to love, to your family, friends, or yourself, that you find yourself in a very turbulent and chaotic scenario. And that's what this song depicts. So right up to the point where Nerves, the video, it shows a lot of distant memories, but in general what that is he's showing the moments leading up to the decision to when he decided to accept MITO or really just kind of become him. Like it was a decision where he was like, okay, I'm gonna, and it's kind of in a sense it talks about, it's very hitting on the idea that a lot of people, especially going through a heartbreak or a turbulent fight or something with somebody they love, or like even talk about yourself, they decide to change. They decide to, they're like fuck everything, and it's like they decide to go down for a brief momentarily moment until somebody shows them the light again. They decide to really just get stronger in a sense, and it's through resentment and it's through a lot of these things that this person becomes more and more tough. That's what tough love is, right? So Nerves 같은 경우는 사실 뮤비에서는 그런 좀 사람들이 사랑 이야기라고 생각할 수 있는데 이게 그거예요. 약간 그 관계에 그러니까 그 관계에 대한 거를 얘기를 많이 하는 건데 예를 들면 이제 그게 연인 사이일 수도 있고 가족의 관계일 수도 있고 그리고 친구 그리고 또한 무엇보다 자기 본인의 관계. 근데 가끔씩 이제 그런 관계를 유지를 하기 위해 약간 내 자신을 많이 버리고 뭐 이런 것들이 많잖아요. 그래서 결국에는 되게 좀 되게 독하게 되는 약간 좀 관계로 뭔가 되게 후회할 만한 결정들을 많이 내리고 그 과정들 때문에 뭔가 그러니까 어느 순간에 갑자기 본인 자신이 뭔가 진짜 악당이 된 기분. 그리고 그 악당이 된 기분을 어느 순간 받아들여. 너무 지쳐가지고. So 거기서 they're like fuck everything, you know, like, yeah, and then they you know they flip out. So that's what nerds is essentially highlighting. The crazy thing about this is we shot this like we shot this very clutch. Like we shot this like 5 days. way 동안 이거를 계속 찍어가지고. How you doing? Worry about me 'cause I'm doing fine. 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 I'm doing See if there's like a filter or something. Back to you and I'm sorry. I was wrong to I was saying this show to you. And I'm sorry. So yeah, that's also like he loved you, I loved you, he loved you. It's like a reference to could be the enemy or the other person me. It's like a very cross reference to this whole minor character too. Anyway, so that was. So I'm just having a bit of fun with the song. 예정 거슬 이게 뭐야? Wow. Oh, that is crazy. What is this? Okay. All right. Sorry, I'll just go back to you. How did I mute myself? How did I mute myself? Can you hear me now? Can't hear me, huh? You can't hear me, huh? Oh, okay, it's fine now. Oh, okay, it's fine now. All right, okay. That's weird. I think maybe it's because. I think it was maybe because of the filter. 필터 때문에 그런 거지 않을까요? 아닌가? I have no idea. Maybe because the filter mutes it? I don't know. But alright, that's good. Okay, so never to mess with that filter again. 필터 때문에 없어. What is this? Wow! Oh my god, what the heck is this? This is crazy. Wow. Sorry, I get distracted. Anyway, 스케리 캣을 하는데 이거는 진짜 겁쟁이라는 노래고 사실 되게 겁이 많으면 아무것도 못 하게 되잖아요. 호기심이야. So curiosity killed the cat, but this is called Scaredy Cat. It's a very light song, but it also is a different character inside of MITO. All these songs that you see, they're all a representation of a different character with a different role in a line of emotions that we all feel when we go into our downs, right? So Scaredy Cat is essentially a character, another character that is very curious of everything, but is also scared of everything. 그래서 약간 이 노래들 하나하나가 약간 다른 자아의 대표적으로 이제 어떤 우리가 사람들이 이제 다운을 느낄 때 그 감정의 뭔가 좀 대표적인 캐릭터를 하나하나 노래마다 다르게 제가 만들었거든요. 어쨌든 It's a Scary Cat. I think I'm scared of the sight. I think I'm scared. I don't know why. That was Scary Cat. How exciting! 진짜, it's a very light-hearted, but a song about being scared about everything. Obviously, it's a Scary Cat. I feel like a lot of us, if not everyone, is a scaredy cat. We're scared of something. You know, 사람들은 뭔가에 항상 무서워하는 거가 사람들이 그게 말이 안 되는데 잠깐만. 한국말 왜 이렇게 못하지? 어떤 사람이든 왜 겁을 먹습니다. 죄송해요. Anyway, that was a Scary Cat. 그리고 Scary Cat이라는 단어 표현이 겁쟁이 고양이 이렇게 들리는데 어렸을 때 약간 외국에서는 특히나 어렸을 때 뭐 약간 애들 이렇게 막 놀릴 때 겁쟁이다 이런 약간 좀 그런 뭐라 해야 되지 약간 쓰는 말이었어. 그래서 막 초등학교 때 맨날 막 뭐라 해야 되지 약간 화장실 못 들어가면 왜 화장실이라고 생각하지? 그걸 막 못 들어가면 막 겁쟁이라고 스케리 캣, 스케리 캣막 이랬는데 좀 that was 그런 표현이 있어요. 스케리 캣이라는 표현 왜 캣이라고 하는지 모르겠지만 근데 어렸을 때 생각이 나는 표현이어가지고 스케리 캣. 네. 다음은 Welcome to the show. So the next one, Welcome to the show. And it's well 이거는 진짜 뭔가 가장 만드는 과정에서 제일 오래 걸렸다 작업하는 거. 왜냐면 사실 뭐 되게 개인적인 감정이 많이 섞여 있는 노래이기 때문에 다른 것도 있긴 있지만 뭔가 이거는 진짜 진짜 뭔가 좀 다 마무리 지고 마지막 이렇게 제 속마음을 얘기해주는 결국에 하는 노래였기 때문에 되게 사실 만드는 과정에서 좀 힘들었어요. 왜냐 이거를 이런 노래나 이런 그 감정을 내기엔 저는 기분이 좋았으면 안 됐었어요. 뭔가 다운일 때 웰컴 투 더 쇼를 그때 작곡을 맨날 했어야 돼가지고 매번 다운이 올 때 그때만은 기다렸어요. 다시 올라가면 웰컴 투 더 쇼 못하겠더라고요. 그래서 좀 오래 걸렸어요. So when I was making Welcome to the Show, it was one of the songs that I took actually the longest to make, and it wasn't because it was like a hard song to make, but it was a song that had that involved a lot of like how I felt in that present moment. So it's a song that was very personal, just like every other song. But this song was a song that sums up everything. When I go on stage, and now that you've listened to all the songs, now that you know my story and you've heard everything, I'll tell you how I really feel. And that was hard because I draw a lot of inspiration from how I really feel in that current moment. So every time I had to finish a song or I had to go back to the song was when I was in my dips, when I was like 180-degree flip, going through my downs again. I had to, I could only work on Welcome to the Show when I was in my dips, which is pretty crazy because when I was in my highs, I couldn't work on Welcome to the Show. It just didn't work. The feeling wasn't right. Obviously, it was a different feeling, so I couldn't. So every time I went back to my highs, I couldn't go to Welcome to the Show. So I had to wait every single time. I dipped to go back to making Welcome to the Show. So that's how Welcome to the Show came out. And yeah, like I can't wait to perform this song in front of you guys. 약간 좀 나 언제 그게 될지 모르겠지만 이거 나중에 공연을 진짜 너무나 하고 싶은 노래예요. Anyway. For the show, no candlelight. You try bringing out the summertime, and I really gotta tell it like so sick of being alone. welcome to the show. So yeah, this is again a song that was very personal for me. It was the hardest one to make, like I said before, because I had to be in my lows to only make this song, and that just shows you how important the dips are. I think a lot of people do go through a very everyone has a little bit of bipolar. Society made us like that. It's not our fault. But yeah, it's important to embrace it. I think the whole idea behind this album was to show that everyone has a MITO inside of them. Everyone has their own MITO. It's to bring that idea of what we identify as the unknown, like the sides when we're down, when we're depressed, when we're alone, when we feel like we're alone. Sometimes we resent that so much that we feel like we shouldn't be in that state. We shouldn't. Is there something wrong with me? Or we always we kind of identify that as a problem. But I wanted to bring the idea of maybe making that into a character, because essentially, a lot of people say, "Oh, this isn't me," or "I can't wait to be happy," or whatever. But it is you. It's a part of you, and there's nothing wrong with feeling down. There's nothing wrong with feeling sad. Sometimes we are alone, and sometimes that's just the way it is. But it's okay, and I wanted to make a character that represents everything that I've always felt that I wasn't. I wanted to represent him as a hero. So he's not the. So in the beginning of this album or the video, I show resentment to this minor character. I show a lot of resentment because I don't like how I feel when I'm in that state. However, as time goes on, and the more I resent this dark side of me, the more I realize I become more of a weaker person. Because by me resenting this dark thing inside of me, it's saying that I can't face this problem. I can't face this feeling. And the more I tell myself I can't face being alone, I can't face being sad, the more I actually am becoming weaker to that. I'm not growing an immunity to it. I'm finding ways to avoid feeling that. And therefore, by doing a lot of that, you create a complete chaotic mess. It's okay to feel uncomfortable. I kind of figured you always create, or you always grow the most when you're the most uncomfortable. If we lived in such a comfortable society, if we lived in such a comfortable way, I feel like it wouldn't be living. It just wouldn't be living. It's kind of ironic too, because it's so much. Well, you know how they say, it's easier to die. It's very hard. It's very hard to do. But if we could somewhat change that idea, and that, to a certain extent, it's very true. Not many people live, I feel like. But anyway, I'm getting off track here. MITO is meant to be the representation and the representative of everyone's little dark or sad part of who they think they're not and what they don't want to be. To kind of stand out and be like, it's okay. This is actually empowering. 이걸 한국말로 어떻게 해석할지 진짜 너무 고민이 되는데, 진짜 누가 도와줬으면 해. 어쨌든 어디서 시작해야지? 이거가 어쨌든 저는 모든 사람들한테는 조울증이 있다고 생각을 해요. 그게 누구는 누구보다 좀 더 이제 부각이 된 케이스이긴 한데, 어쨌든 다 약간 좀 있는 그런 정신적인 면이고, 그리고 저는 이 앨범이 어쨌든 그런 거를 좀 의미를 했으면 좋겠어요. 조금 저는 항상 어렸을 때 그런 게 뭔가 우울증이나 슬픈 거나 아니면 좀 불편하게 제가 항상 불편하게 느끼는 감정들, 항상 되게 뭔가 거부감, 문제 있다고 생각을 했어요. 내 안에 뭔가 문제가 있다고 생각을 해서 그 문제를 고쳐야 되겠다, 이런 편견을 사람들이 많이 만들잖아요. 근데 사실상 이런 사회에서 약간 그런 것들을 좀 오히려 더 막 이게 문제다라고 계속 이제 몰입을 하면 뭔가 그런 인식을 계속 어쨌든 세뇌를 시키는 사람들한테 진짜 본인이 진짜 문제가 있다고 생각을 하고 그게 오히려 사람을 더 약하게 만든다고 생각을 해요. 진짜 오히려 좀 더 약하게 만들고 나는 이렇게 느끼면 안 되겠구나. 그래서 결국에는 본인이 본인한테 평균을 만들어버려요. 왜냐면 뭔가 나는 이렇게 해야지 행복을 하고 이렇게 하면 슬퍼하고 이렇게 해야지 뭔가 이렇게 해야지 뭔가 진짜 기분 좋아지겠다. 사실 그거는 진짜 그 본인만의 평균을 만드는 거잖아. 그러면 이제 너무 정해버리는 진짜 뭔가 나는 이렇게 해야지 행복해. 약간 또한 이제 그런 걸 막 다른 사람들 행복이랑 비교를 하고. 근데 너무 이제 그렇게 하다 보니 약간 저도 이제 쭉 어렸을 때 이제 조울증이랑 그런 거에 약간 달고 살았는데 진짜 항상 그 기분이 좋을 때는 이게 평생 이랬으면 좋겠다 하는 느낌이었고 기분은 안 좋을 때는 진짜 죽고 싶다 이런 생각이 너무 많아가지고 거부감을 항상 이제 내가 진짜 기분 진짜 안 좋을 때는 되게 이렇게 안 느끼고 싶어서 어떻게든 뭔가 이 감정을 피하려고 막 온갖 난리부르스를 치거든요. 근데 이제 사실상 그것도 좋은데 다만 이제 그냥 항상 어떻게 기분만 좋겠어요 사람이. 이제 이 앨범이 어쨌든 산으로 가고 있대요. 이 앨범이 어쨌든 그게 마이토라는 캐릭터가 대표적으로 뭔가 모든 사람들 안에 마이토가 있다고 생각을 해요. 진짜 뭔가 다른 자. 근데 이제 이런 앨범 과정이나 이런 앨범 이야기가 그런 이야기. 약간 처음에는 뮤비도 보시다시피 처음에는 되게 뭔가 그런 캐릭터 그런 느끼는 감정에 거부감을 되게 느꼈었는데 점점 이런 저의 다른 이런 면을 점점 밀면서 제가 점점 약해진 진짜 제 시점. 그래서 나중에는 막 진짜 뭔가 원래 행복하게 느꼈던 그런 것들 점점 뭔가 사람이 그거에 대해서 좀 이게 나음이라고 해야 되나? 약간 좀 감각을 많이 잃고 어쨌든 사람이 본능적인 동물인데 사람도 동물인데 어떻게 보면 이제 우리 사회나 이런 것 때문에 본능적인 게 많이 없어져 가고 있잖아요. 없어져 가면서 이제 많은 문제들이 정신병이나 뭐 이런 게 많이 생기는 것 같은데 그래서 이런 캐릭터를 뭔가 악당으로 받아들이다가 점점 이제 영혼이 돼. 진짜 내가 이래서 필요하거든. 이래서 다운도 사실 있으면 미안해 갑자기 이런 중요한 얘기하다가 그래서 이제 어쨌든 제가 하는 얘기가 업을 필요한 만큼 다운이 필요하다고 생각을 해요. 진짜 다운이 있어야지 업이 있는 거고 사실 업이 있어야지 다운이 있는 거예요. 결국에는 음과 양수의 약간 결국에는 진짜 둘 다 서로 필요한. 근데 우리 사회는 그거에만 적응이 됐어요. 조금 기분이 좋은 거. 난 항상 업만 보여주고 싶다. 항상 업만 느껴야 되겠다. 이런 거에만 너무 적응이 돼서 마이토는 아니다. 좀 다운일 때도 멋있다 이거예요. 다운일 때 오히려 더 사람이 불편할 때가 오히려 제일 성장을 많이 하죠. 그치? 너희도 맞대요. 그래. 사람이 이제 뭔가 저는 느끼기에는 불편해야지 그 불편함을 이제 뭔가 겪고 다시 뭔가 새로 태어나는 제 자신이 더 강해지는 제가 되는 느낌이어가지고 어쨌든 좀 긍정적인 메시지인데 제가 한국말로 설명을 잘 했을지 안 했을지 모르겠지만 힘내세요 한국에 이런 말이죠. 괜찮아요. 진짜 사람이 기분이 안 좋을 수도 있고 다운일 수도 있고 그리고 가끔 가다가 진짜 외롭다라는 느낌 받을 수도 있어요. 근데 진짜로 괜찮아요. 그럴 때는 진짜 그런 감정을 느껴도 돼요. 그냥 받아들여요. 이게 나라고 생각하고 이걸 막 어떻게 하면 이걸 피해야 되지? 약간 이런 거보다 진짜 그냥 우리가 행복한 걸 느낄 때나 다른 감정을 느낄 때도 그냥 오게끔 냅두잖아요. 그것도 그냥 그거의 하나의 좀 그런 거죠. Anyway 그런 의미로 explain what I was talking about in English before that. So anyway, No Silhouette is the song that Ian finally realizes why he needs Milo. It's like a song where Milo is kind of drained. So Milo, the intro song was when he was at his high. 진짜 제일 하이일 때 나온 게 마이토. 그리고 이제 like it says, mood swings in this order. Every up, Milo, it goes down to No Silhouette. So 사람 감정선 이 앨범. 그래서 앨범 제목이 Mood Swings in This Order. So that's why the album title is Mood Swings in This Order. So when it's essentially highlighting the highs. So like the intro song Mito, like blows up, and then it goes all the way down. So it goes back to Ian, his normal self, No Silhouette. And that's a song where he's getting all his powers and all his his superhero powers taken away from him. And that's why it's No Silhouette, because silhouette obviously saying an outline of like a shadow of you pretty much, and he's losing that shadow inside him. He's losing that other part of him. 이 노래 순서가 중요한 게 마이토라는 인트로 트랙이 사람이 제일 하이 때 표현을 하는 거고 점점 내려가잖아요. 감정 기복 이렇게. 그래서 점점 내려가면서 노실러잇이 되는 거예요. 근데 노실러잇에서는 그거죠. 노실러잇이 그림자, 자기만의 그림자가 뭔가 사라진 것 같다. 그런 걸 뜻하는 건데 그래서 이제 노실러잇이 점점 이 캐릭터가 그 능력들이 다 빠져나가는 거고 능력들이 빠져나가면서 마이토라는 캐릭터가 사라지면서 점점 이제 내가 약해지고 있구나 얘 없이 그런 걸 뜻하는 거예요. In the lyrics I say I lost myself in the sun. It's a cross reference to Icarus, and he flies too close to the sun. 해에 너무 이카루스 그 알죠 날개 달고 가요. 해로 너무 가까이 그리스 신화에 나오는 게 해에 너무 가깝게 가지고 날개가 불로 타가지고 떨어지잖아요. So I got too close to the sun, which is I got too close to my eyes, that I started burning down like too quickly, and that's essentially what it highlights. The array of moods that I go from this, that. 그래서 그 가사가 있는 거고 I got too close. I lost myself in the sun. So that's what it is. That's the essential idea of what No Silhouette is. I thought it'd be really cool to make like a video for this, but I don't know. Who knows? And obviously, yeah, it's also the contrast of the Archangel. So the wings is a huge part of this album. It's like it's the ideal symbol of flight, freedom, and releasing. And what's really cool about this song is I keep crossing. So I say I lost no silhouette, I lost myself in the sun. And I say there's another voice that comes out and says this is the end. This is the end. This is the end. 이게 끝이다. 이게 저의 진짜 하이에 내려가는 끝이. 약간 좀 이런 표현을 하는 건데. And later on I cross reference it. So I say 일단 노래 한번 들어보세요. 말이 너무 가지 약간 사람들이 궁금해했던 점. 이 앨범 전체에서 제 목소리가 있고 마이토 목소리가 있어요. So throughout this whole album, there's my voice and there's Mito's voice. And I'm not sure. Could you guys guess which one's Mito's voice and which one's Ian's voice? So every time you hear the song, there's parts where it pitches down, right? So Beautiful에도 있고, There's에도 있고, 약간 목소리가 살짝 이렇게 내려가잖아요. Like, for example, right? The burning down, like so you can hear a faint like transpose that's down. So that's Mito's voice. It's a very so it's Ian and Mito singing together. Mito is the lower one. So that's why at the very end 마이토 목소리가 좀 더 낮은 목소리고 이안이 살짝 높은 목소리. 그래서 이제 마지막에 I lost myself in the end. 이게 계속 it was in the beginning it was so in the what's fun about this is in the intro song it goes from Mito's voice to the last voice being Ian's voice. So if you hear the intro에 약간 이제 마이토 목소리가 처음 등장하고 그다음에 이안 보이스로 마지막에 바뀌잖아요. So I'm just trying to stay alive, keep the fire down, don't want to be alone like that thing. Sorry. Yeah. So this is where you first hear Mito's voice. That's what we first see. I'm just trying to stay alive, keep the fire down, don't want to be alone like yesterday. And yesterday is the only part where you hear Ian's voice. So in that order, you first hear, I guess, Mito, and then you hear Ian's voice. 근데 노 실루엣에서는 Ian에서 마이토로 다시 바뀌어요. It's meant to be like a paradox. It's meant to be a flip. So Mito goes in and Ian comes out. Ian goes in and Mito comes out. So in this and low silhouette, it switches. So it goes. So I love to So that's something fun. So every time you hear the song, these songs, for certain songs you hear Mito singing, and certain songs you hear another good example is so this is the end. And Mito. Another reference. So 이거는 like 감사합니다. 어느 쪽이나 다. Anyway, yeah, that's the idea behind the downs and the highs. It's also a double meaning because the lows and the highs should be a representation of the voice as well. So every time you hear, so maybe in the future you might hear a song where it's just Mito singing, or in some songs you hear just Ian singing, and there are songs like that here. So if you want to make a separate post about this, you guys can, because it'll be good if people understand this meaning well. But that's essentially also what I made for this album, what I wanted to outline detail. It's not just me singing; it's also Milo singing. So it's like every time you hear that, I want you guys to picture that. Anyway, but yeah, that comes to the conclusion of this. As for the name MITO or MITO, I like to say MITO, but it's crazy because during the process of making this album, well, I had this idea of wanting to bring this character to life for the longest time. 이름이 어디서 왔냐? 사람들이 많이 물어보는데, 일단 영어로부터 설명을 해드릴게요. I'll explain in English first and then Korean. But long story short, I've had this concept of an idea for a long time. I just couldn't figure out the name. It was crazy because I think it was like one day, like because my team knows like what I go through, like my ups and my downs, like they've seen it all. But especially Rem, Scott's seen it all. Like he's seen everything. Like he's seen the worst downs that I've ever had, crazy highs, and he's really been through it all. And so as a team, but I think he, in that matter, he really knows where I come from when I talk about this concept. So he actually came up with the name MITO, and it was essentially driven from the abbreviation of mood swings in disorder, and this quickly became the title name for my album. It solidified because it essentially, he took some time out to think about me, who I was, what I was like, and then he wanted the mood swings in this order. So, and it's not only what's fun about this is MITO, the TO is disorder, but if you say disorder, it's also DISORDER, so it's like mental disorder. So it was a play on words, and I thought it was very genius. And I think I heard that MITO or MITO in I'm not sure in which language it was, Spanish or something. I think it would have been myth, a legend. So I figured, that is literally what this has to be. And it resonated with me so much that I wanted to really do this thing. So shout outs and thank you so much. And you gotta understand, the team really works hard for this album. Every single drop. This song is I'm sorry, what song? This album is just, I don't know, like I'm kind of lost for words right now, because just thinking about back to the times of every time we went and constructed it from scratch, from nothing. It was crazy. It was intense. So anyway, 한국말로 제가 설명해드리면, 마이토라는 이름이 약자가 감정 기복이 순서대로라는 표현인데, 제가 이제 저를 진짜 되게 잘 이런 거를 많이 보고 약간 조울증을 많이 겪은 그 DPR 램이 이름이 스카시인데, 그 친구가 저랑 이제 어쨌든 DPR을 처음 시작을 했을 때 같이 있었던 친구였고, 같이 시작한 거거든요. 근데 이제 그 친구가 이제 제 약간 그런 꼴을 다 봤을 것 같아요. 엄청 미친 듯이 내려갔을 때 그 모습도 봤고, 그래서 되게 막 진짜 되게 저를 잘 아는 친구인데, 이런 컨셉은 진짜 사실 되게 오래 전부터 있었었는데, 이걸 약간 그 만들어가는 과정에서는 이 친구가 이게 어떠냐 해가지고 약자부터 설명을 해줘서 이제 그걸 보자마자 저는 사랑에 빠졌어요. 근데 사실 그것도 있어요. 이 약자의 mood swings in disorder인데 TO가 disorder거든요. 이 순서대로. 근데 그 disorder를 영어로 만약에 하면 disorder가 DISORDR처럼 들려요. 근데 그 DISORDR 이 뜻은 그 장애라는 뜻이에요. 그래가지고 진짜로 되게 똑똑한 약자를 만들어놨죠. 스카시. 그리고 또한 이 미토, 마이토 이런 이게 스페인어로 신화적인 라는 의미예요. 저는 몰랐는데 그게 좀 그렇다. 운명이죠, 뭐 이게. 제가 신화라는 그게 아니고 진짜 그냥 좀 옛날 좀 신화 문화적인 그런 의미인가 봐요. 그런 것도 있었는데 몰랐죠. 그것 때문에 한 건 아닌데. 그래서 그게 어쨌든 앨범명이 됐고 제 캐릭터에도 이름이 됐고. 그리고 중요한 거는 이 앨범의 뮤비들 보면 다 조금 캐릭터가 다 달랐어요. 저 보는 그 담겨있는 뮤비 안에 캐릭터가 와, 그 다음 뮤비랑 너무 다르고 그 다음 뮤비랑 너무 다르고 이런 느낌을 받았으면 해가지고. 왜냐면 실제 저는 뮤비에 담겨있는 그 모습 제가 전혀 안 그러거든요. 제가 너무 달라요. 진짜. 저도 봤을 때 와 이게 나라고 이게 놀라웠는데. 어쨌든 yeah, shout out to the whole crew and the whole team for helping me put this together. It's always a pleasant surprise. I can't believe it. It's been so long, and I can't believe I started pursuing music again. I'm so excited to see what I've made for this at the end of the day. I'm very, very excited to bring more to you guys and to continue MITO's journey. 이 세계관, this universe, 이 세계관, 마이토의 세계관은 유지가 될 거고요. 앞으로도 앨범 나오는 뭐 제가 낼 수 있는 하에 마이토라는 그런 저와 마이토라는 스토리나 이야기들이 더 많이 진짜 영화처럼 풀어나갈 거고요. The lore is going to continue. I'm going to continue this relationship with Maito, and who knows, one day maybe universes will clash with that of DPR Live. 물론 이제 뭐 우주로 갈 방법을 찾아야 되는데. 근데 뭐 어쨌든 I just want you guys to enjoy the album. I'm not asking for anything. I'm honestly not. I'm not. You know, I'm not expecting to like get like any certain type of number or rewards or whatever from this. I just simply all I ask for you guys is just to enjoy it, and that's all I would ever want. If you can relate to this, if you can, you know, take this upon yourself to bring you like to a newer light and help you go through your downs, then I think I've done my job. I think that's all I want this album to ever really do. If it can help one person, that's even more than enough for me. So yeah, 저는 이 앨범이 저는 그냥 바라는 점이 사실 그냥 이 앨범이 누군가한테 뭔가 좀 힘이 됐으면 하는 바람만 있으니까 저는 사실 그거밖에 안 바라고요. 다른 뭐 무슨 상이나 뭐 이런 거 진짜 전혀 필요 없고요. 약간 저는 그냥 이 앨범이 그냥 어떤 누군가한테 진짜 많이 도움이 될 수 있다면, 아니면 자신감을 심어줄 수 있는 역할을 할 수 있다면 저는 그걸로만 해도 너무 충분하고 사실 그런 것 때문에 저는 이런 거를 만들었기 때문에 저는 그냥 그것만 부탁드릴게요. 그냥 힘들 때 뭐 꼭 안 찾아도 되니까 좀 즐겨 들어주세요. That's all I want. So anyway, lastly, but a big shout out to my mom. It's I don't get to see her as much, and honestly, that's the reality of it. It kind of sucks because especially now with Corona and everything, I haven't really got to see my mom properly for the last 10 years. It's like she raised me like as a single mom, and it must have been tough to see her only child go to like a distant land and just have to go through all of this, like literally have to go through all of this, and I'm sure like she probably is like worrying always a lot. But a big shout out to that. I probably really could not bring this, I guess, work of art to you guys. So this all happened because honestly because of my mom. So I hope nothing was in vain, and I do miss your mom, and I love you a lot. So this is, in a sense, what my mom made. This is her album. So this is essentially what she created. So quick shout out to your family, guys. If you have family, just make sure you tell them that you love them when you can. I take it for granted a lot sometimes, but yeah. I hope you guys remember it. what you want to say when you say it. So I mean, that's everything, and that sums up everything. 아닙니다. 네, 저는 어쨌든 이제 또 뭔가 작업을 더 해야 될 것 같아요. 좀 남는 게 있어가지고 좀 마무리 잘 돼가지고 어쨌든 너무 감사하고요. I'm very thankful. And oh yeah, and also like a last shout out to everyone that's been supporting close by, my friends as well. Tough times, but I miss you guys. Can't wait to see you guys. But yeah, and anyway, just trying to end off that note. Listen to it more, enjoy the album, and be strong, be safe, and be happy. I'll see you guys next time. You know, when I do, whenever I do. Till then, enjoy the album. 전 이만 가보겠습니다. I'll see you guys later. Bye.